Hi there, and thank you so much for joining me. Take a moment now to free yourself of distractions, step away from social media, turn off your devices, find a quiet space, and grab something to take notes with, because what I'm about to share with you could really shift your life. So this seminar is for women that are totally done with symptoms having to do with anxiety and anger. Things like tightness in the body, angry outbursts at others, tense relationships because of your symptoms, lack of motivation to exist in the world, never mind lack of motivation to carry out goals, dreams, and desires. This seminar is not for those seeking a quick fix with healing. Holistic healing is a journey, a marathon, and not a sprint. But it is the real deal. So if you're ready to release your symptoms, then stay tuned. Hi there. I wanted to start by introducing myself. My name is Alyse Mader, and I am the founder and creator of Eden's Way, LLC, Holistic Hypnotherapy. My story begins in 2015 when I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease and chronic Epstein-Barr virus. And from a very young age, I can always remember being the sick one. And I started at the age of 6 with migraines almost every day. And from there, it was vasovagal syncope. As I got older, it was anxiety, depression, Raynaud's disease, chronic muscle and nerve pain, dizzy 24/7, and there are so many other symptoms that I honestly don't remember because I don't feel like it's me anymore. One thing that I do very vividly remember is laying on my daughter's bedroom floor. And my daughter's name is Eden. She is the inspiration to all of this. And I can remember laying on her nursery floor, and she was almost over a year, and I couldn't move because I was in all over pain and I was so dizzy. And I just remember her crawling over me and feeling so defeated that I didn't want to play with her, and that devastated me. And at that moment, I prayed for an answer, and I said, God, either heal me now or bring me what will. And the next day, I remember coming across a Facebook post of a woman that claimed to heal her Lyme disease with a certain diet protocol, and she was giving away a free PDF of that book. And after reading it, everything just clicked for me, and I knew that that was the start of my healing journey. I knew that I wasn't destined to live that way, and I was determined to be a mother that was functional and thriving for my daughter. And I wasn't getting any help from doctors. There was just more confusion. And so I dove into studying regenerative detoxification and thereafter neuroplasticity and rewiring the mind and hypnotherapy. And I am so grateful that I did, because it completely shifted my life and all of the people that have worked with me as well. And the gratitude that I have for this change is massive, because I know that anyone that chooses this too can have that. There have been many things I have learned during my journey and studies the hard way. So today, I am here to simplify it for you. It may feel a little too simple. However, it truly takes us releasing the victim identity
and taking charge of our lives, diving deep into making choices for ourselves that others may not agree with. Prepare for people to not understand what you are doing in order to better yourself. I have had several relationships phase out in my healing journey. However, I have never felt more whole within myself. I've never felt so complete and empowered to be who I am truly made to be. And my hope is that I will help you do the same. Listening to our intuition is essential for the fastest results. If we ignore it, we can surely continue on the hamster wheel of negative symptoms. The fastest way I can tell you how to completely free yourself from anxiety and anger is by finding value in your voice. What does that mean, though? And is it really that easy? Every creature on this planet has needs. Some physical, some emotional, but all are energetically tied together. As soon as we suppress any one of our needs because of an idea put on us that our needs are not worthy of attention, then we have devalued ourselves. The more we do this over the span of our lifetime, especially through childhood, because we are at the mercy of our caregivers, the more each subconscious thought pattern is ingrained in us that we, all on our own, are not good enough. As soon as we stop living by our core values and needs, we have given the power over to someone else. The outer world becomes the driver of our minds and the thoughts and beliefs we have about ourselves. So just imagine being a tiny little baby in a crib, crying and screaming and waiting because we know as soon as we are conceived just how valuable we are to have our needs met. But no one comes. And that happens over and over and over again. We have been told in that moment that our voices don't matter. And this has set the stage for how we see our value as adults. If this continues through childhood, where we are told no in various different ways because our parents do their best to keep us safe, then we will continue to feel devalued, that our ideas don't matter. Of course, there are times when we do need to say a quick no to a toddler standing on something tall or about to eat something dangerous. But children perceive that as them being inherently bad, and that their idea was stupid, making them feel stupid. I've come to the realization that even the most intentional and awakened parents cannot avoid this entirely when raising children. Children are inherently egocentric because they are consistently in the subconscious state until about the age of 10. The logical part of the brain, or prefrontal and neocortex, don't even reach full maturation until the age of 25. And when it comes to the subconscious or limbic brain, which is the emotional part of the brain, the beliefs that are stored there about ourselves and our core personality traits are solidified by the age of 35. The beautiful part about our minds, though, is that they are neuroplastic, and we have the ability to rewire our thought patterns with some persistence and patience. The ego is the primal brain, which holds our fight or flight responses. It's our protector. This part of the brain has not evolved at the speed of our society, and so we are still operating on the premise of presuming that we may be eaten by a beast of some sort at any given moment. Except that beast to our primal brain is now your boss coming to tell you what you've done wrong, or your mother holding a grudge for something you did as a teenager. Or how about your 5-year-old screaming at you because they don't want to leave the park? When we continue to ignore our own ideas, core beliefs, and needs in order to fit in and comply with the quote-unquote tribe we have come to find ourselves in for fear of getting kicked out, then we will forever suppress true joy and inner peace. So how do we communicate our feelings and needs so that we can effectively regulate our emotions before we explode at anyone? I will also teach you some techniques to release emotions if you've already gone beyond this point and you do, in fact, feel like you are going to explode. But first, communicating your feelings and needs in a clear, calm way that keeps your integrity is an incredibly empowering way to live a life where you feel like you're honoring yourself. I'll give you an example. Your small child has a desire to put something in their mouth that they shouldn't. Instead of, "No, you're going to choke," and ripping it from their mouth, gently say, if they're old enough to understand, of course, "Please take that out of your mouth. I'm feeling really nervous because I need to know that you'll be safe and won't choke." Sometimes even bringing curiosity in can help too, and ask, "I'm wondering if you could tell me what could possibly happen if that were to go too far into your mouth or down your throat." Another example could be that your partner said something really hurtful. Starting with empathy, even when it's something hurtful, always makes the other person more receptive to what you will say. So gently but assertively say, "I hear what you're saying. Right now, I am feeling sad and hurt because I have a need to know that I am valuable to you." These are just two examples of how we can clearly and effectively communicate a feeling and a need in any given moment. When we do not do this, it can lead to emotional suppression and lead to a buildup of emotion and eventual explosion. If we are already at the point of no return and feel like we're going to explode, there are ways that we can quickly and effectively release emotion so that it does not continue to build within the body, which can lead to physical conditions. But that's an entire other seminar for another day. A few simple techniques to release emotions are going to a space where you can yell. Yes, yell. The perfect place for this, if we are unable to do this within our homes, is the car. Or if you have a beautiful place to yell out in nature, that is so healing. Yell, scream, whack the steering wheel, kick a tree. As you are yelling, contract the sound from your abdomen until you feel a total release from this area. If we have the ability to let it out forcefully like this without fear of judgment, the emotion will pass quite rapidly. It's only when we suppress and hold this back is when the tension remains in the body and it starts to build over time. If we are unable to verbally release, physical release is also possible by pounding on a bed, pillows, couch, etc. Or you can even use a towel and just create a twisting motion with it, like you're wringing all the water out of it. As we take a look at the science behind emotions, all emotions are energy or vibration within the body. If we think of bigger emotions as thicker vibrations, you can see how anything thicker has the ability to get stuck within something. Using sound or physical movement to unstick those vibrations can be an incredibly effective tool. The ultimate goal is to speak your truth up front, so you don't have to utilize these tools. But we are all human, and the greatest goal is to live our human experience without guilt, shame, or blame. and to live a life free to express ourselves exactly as we choose. A life filled with joy, peace, confidence, and empowerment. Implementing these things can feel daunting, and oftentimes our subconscious thought patterns from the past can hold us back from doing so. So what's next? If you feel that any of this resonated with you and you feel led, you can click the link below to schedule a free clarity call with me to see if we can create a plan for you to be free from anxiety and or anger. I only ever take on 5 new women each month, as I love to give each client as much support and individual care needed. I reserve these special spaces for women that are truly ready to take their lives to the next level. So if you are tired of spinning your wheels and riding the emotional and symptom roller coaster, and you're totally ready to take your life back and dive even deeper into healing, I so look forward to connecting with you. I am sending you all of my love and blessings.